Hey guys, so today in my video I am going to be setting up this 3.7 gallon Imaginarium Pro. It is advertised as a deluxe freshwater aquarium, but I am going to be using it as an invert tank for saltwater. Basically, it is going to be a tiny tank for shrimps, crabs, and a few frags, which are basically just tiny little corals. So that is what this tank is going to be. I just wanted to film my unboxing of it and my setup to leave my review about how I feel about this product. I was not paid to do this. I bought this at the store, and this is just my personal opinion on the product and my setup of it, and I just wanted to track my setup of it so y'all can see the progress the tank makes over the next few months. So let's get started. First, I need to pick a location for the tank. I am thinking of moving my axolotl tank more to the left and putting my new little tiny tank to the right of the axolotl tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up now. Alright, so I have moved my axolotl tank over and put the tank next to it. This tank is actually super cute. I love it. I just need to clean off the side right there. It has a back compartment for all the filtration, so you won't see any of it take place in the tank, which is super cute. And now I just need to set it up, and I'm super excited to get this going. So the first thing I'm going to be doing for this aquarium is adding sand to it. In this case, I am using live sand as it is the quickest way to help cycle the tank. Instead of adding the sand directly to the tank, I will be adding it to a bucket of conditioned water. Adding the sand to a bucket first instead of directly to the tank helps with the cloudiness in the water and keeps your water cleaner. After mixing up the sand in the bucket, I'll rinse out the excess water in the bucket and then dump the sand into the tank. Then I decorate the tank using some extra dry rock that I had laying around. The next thing I'm going to be doing for the tank is cleaning out all the filtration media and bring it to a sink and run it over cold water. Since I am going to be using live rock, it's kind of repetitive to have this kind of filtration running in a tank this small. So I do plan to remove it entirely eventually, but since I'm just getting this tank started, I'm going to have it in there for now. Next, I'm going to be preparing some salt water for the tank. Generally, it's best to always use RODI water for all of your saltwater tanks, but at the time of setting this up, I didn't have access to any, so I went ahead and prepared my own saltwater mix. I finally just finished setting up the return pump, and it was definitely my least favorite part about this aquarium. It's really flimsy and comes apart very easily. When it comes to connecting the pump to the return, it is very flimsy and falls apart pretty easily, so I'll have to work on upgrading that in the future with something, but for now it will do. It just definitely wasn't my favorite part about this aquarium. It would have to be probably my least favorite thing. Everything else I love about this aquarium so far. I'll just need to keep an eye on the return pump because, like I said, it's really flimsy. So the next thing I'm going to do is fill it with water. So I've now filled it with water. The water is a little cloudy. That's just from the sand that didn't get completely cleaned, but it's a lot better than it would have been if I didn't clean it at all. The back portion is pretty filled up, so before I fill this part up anymore, I want to turn my tank on and make sure this part doesn't overflow. And then I will set up the lights and I will be done with this tank for the night. Alright, so it is running now. It is very quiet. I really, really like it so far. And like I said, it is adorable, so I love it. I'm waiting for the water level to go down so I can watch and make sure it is filled up correctly. So it is now set up. It's still filling up a little bit, but it will get there. Talk about the likes and dislikes of this new aquarium. Likes is it's very small and compact and has all the filtration taking part in the back, so you're not going to see excessive wires and things hanging in the display of the tank. I love that it is the size I was looking for. I love that it is glass, that it is real glass. Dislikes, I have a few dislikes. I don't love the lid. It's kind of weird. It's really hard to see, but it's this weird little glass piece that you have to completely take off to get into the tank. It's a little weird. I don't like the way the light is positioned exactly because most of it hits the back of the tank, which is really not as important as hitting the front of the tank. A like on the light is that it is touch activated, and that you just touch it to change the settings. I love that. Another dislike is the weird pump. The return pump is really flimsy, but another like is the return pump is very strong, and I was thinking I was going to need a power head, but it's pretty strong, so I don't think I'll be needing one at all. That is all for the initial startup of this tank. I am very excited on how it's going to turn out, so just go ahead and stay tuned, and I will be posting more updates on this tank as I work on it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Alright. Alright, so this is 1 week later with the new tank. I've added a few more pieces of live rock in there. I've got to clean the glass. It's looking pretty ugly right there. Some upgrades I've done so far is I'm going to be upgrading this lighting probably next week. And then the first modification I've done so far is take out some of the filtration packets, install a heater in the second compartment where the sponge used to be, and here I have put a new air pump. The first air pump only did 40 gallons per hour, which means it shot out 40 gallons an hour in this tank, making the flow not very good. This one does 90 gallons per hour, and it is a much stronger flow. As you can see, there's a lot of water being pumped out, so it is moving a lot faster, which is going to be better for the coral frags that I plan to put in this tank. I'm probably going to do something with the setup different because it's kind of just all rock right now. There's not a lot of room for any of the invertebrates that I would be getting. So I'll probably move that around a little bit. The next thing I'm going to be doing is changing out this lighting to something different because it's not the strongest light. And then I will continue to post my progress. Also, since the last video I've made, I've gotten a Pac-Man frog. I'm using some aluminum foil to try to keep the humidity in there. He is right over there. He's not going to do much for a while, or probably ever, so I will do another video on him soon. Anyway, so this has been the first week of my new tank.